Hi everyone, this is Miss Granger. In this video, we're going to go over the introduction to Unit 5, all about the Industrial Revolution. As usual, as you listen, you will follow along in your notes and do any activities or notes as directed. Let's get started. We'll start with our statement of inquiry, or our big idea of our unit. In this unit, we're going to focus on the following. Making connections between developments and innovations encourages ingenuity. So really looking at the connection between these two ideas. So developments and innovations, things that are invented or processes that are made, and how that can encourage ingenuity. Move on to our keywords and our practice. So taking a couple of those words from the statement of inquiry, let's define them. We're going to define developments as changes over time. You can think of maybe human development, the change in how people grow and change as people, or even the development of a certain technology, like for example, the telephone. Next, of course, you'll draw a picture that represents the word from above. So pause the video and draw your interpretation of the word development. Next, you're going to move on to the practice. The practice is working with a certain vocabulary word so that you know what it means. So the question says, what developments have been made in the area of communication? So for this, we'd like you to put more than just one idea. So don't just put phones or technology. Tell me something about it. What developments have been made? Explain. Pause your video and do that now. Our second word that we'll look at is ingenuity. We will define ingenuity as the quality of being clever, original, and inventive. You might encounter this word when you're trying to think of a way to be really creative. So you're faced with some kind of obstacle and you use your ingenuity to kind of solve an issue or create a unique solution. So again, you'll draw a picture that represents this word and you'll answer this question in the practice. The question says, who is someone who has shown great ingenuity and why? So put the person and why they were ingenious. All right, let's take a look at our IB Learner profile focus and our inquiry question. We're going to really focus on being knowledgeable. This means that we explore concepts, ideas, and issues that have local and global significance. We acquire in-depth knowledge through a range of disciplines. We'll also think about a couple of inquiry questions. So you'll think about these as we go through the unit. You do not need to answer them right now. The first question is, how can making connections enhance our learning? And our second question is, what is the value of ingenuity? In other words, why is creating a unique solution valuable? So we have three big learning objectives for this unit. We're going to be using terminology in context, basically meaning that we're going to be working with specific vocabulary words by using and interpreting a range of discipline-specific terms and symbols. We'll also be communicating our ideas using an appropriate style by structuring information in summaries. And then we will be discussing concepts, issues, models, visual representations, and theories by making unexpected or unusual connections between objects and/or ideas. The last part of this intro will be all about the ATL skills, or approaches to learning skills. As IB learners, we're always using different skills to learn and to demonstrate our learning, and this unit will focus on these three. First, we will use and interpret a range of discipline-specific terms and symbols. Terms are words and/or phrases that are relevant to the topic. So how do I do this? First, I will be identifying and defining terms that are relevant to a topic. So I need to actually find the terms. Number two, I would then use the terms in context to address the task, meaning that I know I need to do a particular thing with particular words, so that means I need to know what the words even are talking about. So there's a couple reasons that this skill even matters. First, you'll be able to be informed and to know what you're talking about. You won't just use a word and then someone will be like, what does that mean? And you'll be like, actually, I don't know. You will actually know what you're talking about and therefore be informed. The second reason this skill matters is that you can explain something in detail with specific information. You can really elaborate on a particular point. Our second ATL skill was structuring information in summaries. We actually already did a whole lesson on this skill. So if you would like to refresh your memory about how to do this and why it is relevant, you will see Unit 2, the ATL skill there for more information. Our last ATL skill is make unexpected or unusual connections between objects and or ideas. Here's how we do this. Number 1. Understand the in-context definition of each term. Again, know what you're talking about and what it means in context. That means in the situation that you're in. Number 2, you would want to find and explain their similarities. How are these two terms connected? And number 3, if it's appropriate, you would extend your thinking to topics outside of the sources provided to make further connections. In other words, go above and beyond to really prove your point. So there's 3 reasons that this skill really matters. First, it just helps you understand things better. Second, it shows your understanding in an authentic or original way. And then finally, this makes a connection to a seemingly unrelated topic. All right, the last part of our lesson here is the mastery check. We're focusing on all 3 skills listed above. You'll demonstrate your understanding of the ATL skills by explaining why history is important using the terms provided. You'll underline each term as you use it in your explanation. Here's a list of the terms on the left and some lines for you to write on the right. So you're answering the prompt, why is history important? And you must use all 4 terms. Feel free to look up the definitions of these terms if you need that. Remember that 2 of them are already here in our intro. At the very bottom, you'll see how I will be grading you or how your teacher will be grading you on this mastery check. When you're done, turn it in and see your teacher for what's next. Good luck.